Hey, thank you so much for watching. I'm Pippi Peterson. So I want to share with you my absolute favorite dessert, and it's the easiest thing to cook or even make. You don't even cook it. It's Rice Krispie Treats, and because it's the holidays, I love to add in candy canes. So it's pretty much just 4 ingredients: butter, marshmallows, Rice Krispies, and then candy canes if you want to add that alternative flavor. So basically, we can start with the candy canes. These are just the normal size, and you can put in like 6 to 8. And I'm going to put in 8 because I really love the peppermint flavor. So once you get all of your candy canes unwrapped and in the blender, we are going to blend them up. All right, so after you blend it, if you open the top immediately and your face is over it, it'll make you choke because there's so much powder in it. So let's see what it looks like actually. Yeah, can you see the powder coming out? So I'll keep that closed because we're going to use it in just a second. So next step is to use butter. Now I never measure these. I get like this size of a package of marshmallows, and then I get, these are the 18 ounce, you know, the big kind of cereals that you can get. They're usually like on the bottom shelf. So I get those, and then, you know, a stick of butter, and I pretty much know that I can make 2 batches. So I just use half of everything. So I'm going to first start with half of butter. This is a little more than half, so I'll cut some off. By the way, sometimes I'm feeling butter happy, and I might put this amount of butter in. So every time you make it, if you're going to make it like me, that's kind of, you know, off the cuff, it could come out a little bit different. So I tend to like more butter or more marshmallows and less Rice Krispies if you're going to get your measurements a little bit off. If you get too many Rice Krispies, they'll be a little bit drier, but the good thing is they won't be as sticky. So that's something to keep in mind. All right, so we will put this away. And so I like to use this big pan because it holds the entire batch. So I will turn on my stove to get the butter going. Get it melted just a little bit. So make sure you turn your flame down really low. If the heat is too high, it'll actually cook, it'll brown the butter, and it'll cook your marshmallows. It'll brown those as well. So now I just kind of wait till the butter starts melting. Then once your butter starts to pretty much be mostly liquid, you can take your marshmallows and you're going to want to measure them, you know, just by kind of squeezing in the middle, and then we can dump that in. And now that all the marshmallows are in, you just kind of want to get them covered in butter and keep moving them around because they'll begin to melt, and you don't want any of them to burn on the bottom. Once your marshmallow mixture gets really creamy and, you know, almost all of the marshmallow shape is gone, then you can add in your peppermint powder. If your mixture becomes maybe a little too sticky or dry and you want to kind of loosen it up a little bit, you can add more butter in. But normally that would be like kind of a perfect ratio if you didn't add the candy canes. So the candy canes maybe make it just a little bit drier or stickier, so sometimes a little extra butter might be a good idea. Then once you've got a nice ooey gooey pink tasty, buttery, sugary mixture, then you can add your Rice Krispies in. And I maintain the heat. I keep it on just really low. That helps the marshmallows not cool while you're adding the Rice Krispies in. I like to put the amount of Rice Krispies in oops, I got some on the floor, in a couple different batches so that I can mix it really well with the candy mixture that's on the bottom. Otherwise, if I put too many Rice Krispies in at once, then the top ones are getting less marshmallow and the bottom ones are getting more marshmallow. And once you've done this a couple times, you start to know like the consistency or the ratio of the marshmallow butter mixture to the Rice Krispies. So in that way, you don't have to rely on using half the bag or more than half or less than half the bag. You can kind of just mix it up and see if it's about the consistency that you like. And remember, more Rice Krispies, it's going to be a little drier, a little less sweet, and a lot less sticky. Alright, so once you got your mixture to how you like it and you think you're ready, I like to take the old butter wrapper, because it's got like the perfect amount of butter to butter these pans. So you can use like, you know, spray or oil or whatever, but this just helps it not stick to the pan. Alright, and then we just pour it in. Don't forget to turn off your heat. So don't worry if it's overflowing in your pan, because it compacts down pretty easily. You can also use a larger pan. But living in an RV, this is kind of the perfect size of a casserole dish. So this is the size, my regular size that I have. If it's a little too sticky and hard to push down, you can put some butter on your spoon, and that'll help not get everything sticking to the spoon. So we'll need just a couple moments to cool in the pan, and then you can cut them up to whatever size you want, and they're pretty much ready to eat. That's kind of the best thing about them too, is they don't take too much time until they're ready. The familiar flavors of the holidays. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you make delicious Rice Krispie treats for you and your family and your favorite people. And I hope you have a wonderful holiday season. Be sure to connect with me and the rest of the RV Living community at pippenings.com on the RV Living forum, where you can join discussions and all sorts of stuff like that. You can also get your Keep It Simple bumper sticker as well as your Righty Road t-shirt. Anyway, we will see you next Thursday.